Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today we visit Common Good Studio. Great artistic offerings on Youngstown's west side. And I prepare lemon blueberry muffins. Delicious. But first, recycling tips we need to follow. Kim Lewis is the environmental educator for the Green Team here in Mahoning County. And we had the best discussion when we were talking about this segment. And I think that people really mean well when they go to recycle. Mahoning County, here's a fun fact, is the only county in Ohio that
actually provides curbside recycling free to the participant. The only district in the state of Ohio that provides that. I know, people don't realize that.
We are really lucky to get that service done, but people do it improperly.
You know what, when you put those bottles into the bin, remove and discard the lids.
And those just are gonna have to go in your garbage, right?
Yeah.
Once we get all of these things assembled, where do they go? Where do you guys take them?
Well, there's a journey. And so everything first goes to a transfer station, which is actually located at the Carbon Limestone landfill. Now there, the initial sorting is conducted. So they take out the items like, I hate to say it, but things like lawn chairs and office furniture, and then that material goes on another journey. And it ends up in Akron at a place called a MRF, M-R-F, Material Recovery Facility.
And that is where the line is, where you said it's like Lucy and Ethel at the candy factory.
Yeah, it is.
And they pick through everything.
Oh yeah. Everything gets tipped on the floor and then put on a big conveyor belt. And then there's some mechanical sorting, like with the magnets and the eddy magnets, some lasers, but most of this is done by people.
We have like a plastic container here without the lid, so this is proper. Is this valuable?
Well, now that is a number 2 high-density polyethylene plastic, and the primary end use for that is not a new bottle, I'll tell you that. It's plastic lumber. And so, you know what, right here in the park you would see examples of playground equipment, park benches, picnic tables, made from that material.
So we can resell this?
Yes.
And what about glass?
Okay, glass. The old glass is primarily manufactured into new glass, and you have to be really careful with the glass, Casey. Only bottles and jars, no lids, and nothing like window panes or aquariums or Pyrex.
Dishes.
Nothing like dishes.
No.
Yeah, nothing
no glass
like
dishes.
that.
Metals.
Okay, so we do take the food cans, and we take the beverage cans, and again, the old steel food cans are made into new ones. And that's what we call closed loop recycling, when your old product is made into the same thing again.
What about cartons?
Cartons, a lot of people are confused on the cartons. That is actually a material we didn't take in the past, but we do take now. And so it does have a poly coating, but that can be removed during the manufacturing process when they make new paper products. So we do take cartons. If it's one of those cartons that has a plastic lid, again,
throw that lid away. Styrofoam is never taken anywhere. So if you get an egg carton or a carryout container, those must go in the garbage.
And styrofoam, you know what, avoid it. If anybody wants to know how to avoid it, I've got tips on how to avoid it. Call me, go on my Facebook, check with me.
It seems that, we're going for a carton of eggs. Usually there's the cartons like this, which are recyclable. And even if it's $1 more, not $1, a couple pennies more, I try to always get that because I know styrofoam is bad.
Yeah, we've been recycling paper products forever, and we still are. So your newsprint, your magazines, phone books, paper board like the egg carton you mentioned, and cereal boxes. All of that can be recycled, old into new.
The only thing that we can't put in our curbside is the cardboard. And I know with especially the pandemic, I'm getting a lot more boxes because a lot more thing is being purchased remotely.
Sure.
And just break them down and take them right here to your recycling centers, and they're all over the place. Here's something. It says no plastic bags. We're here at the Boardman Township Park recycling area. And look what's right here.
I know.
Right here.
I know.
Is a plastic bag. Now, what's gonna happen to this, Kim?
Well, let me tell you, since I'm here today, I'm gonna take care of this, but usually I'm not here, and this is what would happen. This would end up at the MRF on the conveyor belt.
And they'll just toss it.
It'll just go right off that belt into the landfill bin.
What other pet peeves or what else should we be aware of that we should avoid when we purchase for containers and things like that?
Bottled water. Oh my goodness, there is no reason we should be drinking bottled water in those single-use containers.
Yes.
Just try to forego the bottled water, those single-use containers. I mean, that's the most inefficient way to consume water, is to get it in a single-use bottle. That, you know, that plastic bottle is made from oil that they drill for, and you use it once and come on, there's no logic in it, Casey. We have a lot of drives coming up, electronics. The household hazardous waste drive is actually coming up very soon. We've got the, the tire recycling drive. And then a lot of the townships are having metal appliance drives and even paper shredding events. But anything like that anybody is interested in, they just have to contact us.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for over 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may face. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court, and remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at ElizabethBernardLaw.com.
Family-owned Mayflower Woolham Insurance Group is your full-service independent agency. Our family works with a variety of insurance companies, so you have the best choices for your insurance needs. Let us find the right product at the right price. Personal lines, business, farm, commercial insurance, life insurance. Trust locally owned Mayflower Woolham. You focus on what's important.
We'll take care of the details.
Mayflower Woolham, close by with 3 locations to serve you.
Rulli Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old Road Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Well, I am here with Rude, the dude at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery, and it is never too early to start planning your parties.
No, Casey, yeah, we have our banquet room that's attached to the building here for, upcoming graduations, communion, things of that nature. We also have a catering menu for offsite. So if you're interested in just letting us cook for you for your parties, we can do that. So if you want to check out our websites, you can see what we have to offer.
And what is the capacity under COVID guidelines for the side room?
Following all the COVID guidelines, we can hold up to 80 people.
Oh, so, you can still party safely here at the Magic Tree. And I gotta tell you, that menu, you have more farmers on that menu than the Canfield Fair.
Yeah, well, we love to support local here at Magic Tree, so supporting our local breweries and farms is what we like to do.
And the biggest selection of craft beer, it's all here. Magic Tree Pub and Eatery.
Kamara Jewelers is the place to buy an engagement ring because we want a relationship with you that lasts a lifetime. Your commitment with her is the same commitment we have to you.
We want to sit down with you and teach you about diamonds so you're educated on what you're buying. We have the largest selection we ever have, which is the largest in the area, and at the best value. And if it's not something in our case, we could always custom make it. We can make any dream come true.
Get real, get Kamara.
Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available. Given is living. Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available at $13 an hour. Given is living.
An old bank has new life as Renovadio's tap room and restaurant, featuring Columbiana County's only rooftop dining, craft brews, wood-fired pizzas, and more. Renovadio's.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Today I'm going to make for you lemon blueberry muffins. Actually, this started out as a cake, and when I made it as a cake, I kind of screwed it up because it called for a iron skillet, cast iron skillet, as the baking vessel, and I don't have one of those. So I made it in like a 9-inch cake pan, and it was dense, and the baking time was all screwed up. So then I remade it because I did like the flavors, and I made them into muffins, and they are delicious. And I'm a member of the Ohio Farm Bureau, yes, and I get this magazine, and they always have some interesting recipes in here, so I borrowed it from them. And there's an article in here about one of our local farmers that was on our show. Remember, we went on the combine with Myron Weir and we harvested the soybeans? Well, they talk about the international impact of our local farmers, you know, with their trade with China and that. So it's kind of nice to see Myron in there. But back to the muffins. For this recipe, you'll need 2 large eggs, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of Greek yogurt plain or sour cream, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 lemon, juice and zest divided, 1 pint of blueberries, 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, and powdered sugar for garnish. You're going to need the whisk attachment, either with your handheld blender or with your stand mixer. First thing we're gonna do is add 1 cup of sugar and our 2 eggs. And we are gonna whip this on high, pretty high speed, for about 4 or 5 minutes until it lightens up in color and it gets to be a thicker consistency. See how it's thickened up and it's a really pretty light color. It looks like whipped butter. Make sure you add the baking powder and whisk that in with the flour, because that is going to be an addition in just a little bit. We're gonna take the cornstarch with our blueberries, and we are going to add just 1 teaspoon and 1 teaspoon of the lemon juice. And we'll mix this in until all of the powder is dissolved. I am using Greek yogurt full fat. Don't use the lighter fat version, but you can also use sour cream. But I love the tang that it brings to this dish. We'll put in the salt. We'll put in the vanilla. And we are gonna add, I'm using canola oil, but you could use vegetable oil. Just a nice neutral oil. And we are just gonna beat this on low for a couple minutes and have this just get nice and combined before we do the dry ingredients. So now that is all combined. Now I'm going to put it on medium, and I'm gonna start adding the flour baking powder mixture, about 1/3 cup at a time until it's combined. Then I'll go to the next cup. This will take a few minutes, and then we'll finish the batter process. So now our dry ingredients have been combined. Now, the original recipe called for just a little bit of the lemon zest. I'm adding the whole lemon. I can't get enough zing, right? So I'm gonna add all of the lemon zest from one lemon, and then the remainder of the juice from one lemon. And this really adds such a nice, bright flavor. So now we are just going to fold in the blueberries. Now this is another deviation on the recipe because they wanted it like half filled and then you put the blueberries, scatter them. But I just found that there weren't enough blueberries. So I'm just gonna put the whole pint and mix it together. These don't have a lot of rise in them. So what I'm gonna do is fill them about 3/4 of the way up. And there we go. That might be a little full, but you know, some will be more perfect than others. I think I forgot to remind you, preheat your oven to 375 degrees. And I've got 16 muffins out of this. So I'm gonna put these in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Start watching them at 20. You know, the bake times vary, but you'll see it starts to rise and they'll get golden. And that's when you know they'll be done. Well, look who is joining me for the tasting. Jelaine and her girlfriend, Ginny Deneen. And Ginny, this is the first time you've been to my kitchen. How do you like it?
I love it. I really love it.
Now, this is optional. Do you want some powdered sugar on your...
No, thanks.
Okay, I'm gonna do it because I'm fancy. Well, what do you guys think of this?
I think they're delicious.
Do you like them?
It's funny, I only like blueberries when they're in, I don't like it on my cereal.
But you like it when they're cooked?
I like it when they're cooked.
That's me too.
Now, I did go about 30 minutes on these, 35. I mean, you see they don't rise that much, but it is a really sturdy, delicious recipe. And I want to thank the Ohio Farm Bureau's magazine for giving it to me. So go to my website, caseymalonесhow.com. Look for my recipe for the lemon blueberry muffins. It's got the Ginny Jelaine seal of approval. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
This historic bank in East Liverpool has found new life as Renovadio's Tap Room and Restaurant, featuring Columbiana County's only rooftop dining, weekly live music, craft brews, top shelf bourbon, and wood-fired pizzas. Experience Renovadio's.
Is it time to update your color style? R&S Paint will assist you with your choice of over 3,400 Benjamin Moore colors. Vibrant, durable, and easy to apply. Be current, be stylish. Shop R&S Paint.
My basement was dreadful. Cracked concrete, chipped tiles, it was my dumping ground. Carpet, vinyl, wood don't last. Now I have Pebblestone, the best basement floor covering, made with natural stone and the strongest man-made binder. Pebblestone evened out my floor. Easy to clean, resists moisture, and withstands flooding. You will love your basement. Call locally owned Pebblestone, the best flooring system. It's not just any stone, it's Pebblestone.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Well, Sherry Bodo is the owner,
yes,
the brains behind Common Goods Studio. And this is also in my neighborhood, which I really like. And Sherry, this is a great concept.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
And you opened during a pandemic.
Yes, we took the leap.
So this is not your day job, you have another job.
Yes.
And tell me how this all came to be, because it's all about 40 different artists are here.
Yes, 40 different artists in here, whether we use it in our coffee, sell their baked goods, or if we just sell their stuff on the floor. So there's a lot going on in this 2,000 square foot space to really help small businesses.
And everything's for sale. These beautiful tables, I mean, I can't imagine. They're gorgeous.
Yes.
And that's where we get to sit, but they're also for sale. My coaster is for sale. Just tell me about this whole journey, because it's a great idea and you're helping out so many people.
Thank you. So during COVID, I lost my job at the time and I was making unemployment and I was really thinking, I want to do something going forward for the rest of my life that's giving back to my community and doing something that I love. And my sister and I actually co-own a business together where we sell vintage clothes.
Really? And your sister
yes.
has been on the show. Her sister Glenise.
Yes.
She manages the St. Vincent de Paul Soup Kitchen and now their store. So we're going to be seeing her very soon. Because when I heard the name, I go, you've got to be Glenise's sister. So funny.
But out of that, I kind of seen, we need a space that we can go and see our customers in a safe space where they feel like they can come in, relax, shop our stuff that we have, and then also just have a good time. And I feel like there's nowhere in Youngstown that really has that.
No.
So with the money that I was making, I decided to invest personally into a concept like this. And I've always wanted to do it. People thought I was nuts at first, and I hunted around Youngstown for a long, long time. I live down the street on Bear's Den, so I live in this neighborhood.
See, we're neighbors and we didn't even know it. How did you go about getting your artists?
It was a lot of cold calling, as you can call it. I reached out to so many businesses in Youngstown, Cleveland, Akron, just saying, hey, this is the vision that I have, this is what I'm looking to do. Like, if you can give me a chance and show you what my vision is, I promise that it will pay off for everybody down the road. And sooner or later, I got a really great portfolio of businesses that are here today.
And then, you are getting the finest beans in the valley. I love Matt Campbell.
Yes,
is he a doll?
I love him. Yes.
And his coffee is the best. He is so persnickety, so exact about his beans and the roasting and that. So this was a really nice addition.
Yes, getting to know Matt and bringing his stuff on board with us, and we exclusively only roast Branch Street coffee. Just his knowledge and the love he has for coffee, I am so glad that we have partnered with him to use all of his beans here. So we have two different plant businesses here. We have Youngstown Garden Company and we also have Midwest Plant Company, and they both specialize in different plants. But just bringing that aspect of having succulents to very large snake plants to small plants and air plants, which I never heard of.
What do you mean an air plant? What is an air plant?
An air plant is
Educate
a plant
me.
that only has to be watered once a week. It doesn't have to be in soil at all, so it can suffice on its own.
I mean, really, people are starting to get their outdoors together.
Yeah.
And so these are your clothes, and you buy the vintage used clothing.
Yes, so that is the back rack. That's my sister and I's business. We're also here, so we're one of the 45 vendors that are sold.
These tables are crazy. And you know, these are slabs.
Yes.
These are all slabs.
Yes.
Mine is like put together. This, I can't believe. I mean, and this is great. You know why? Because she didn't have to buy tables. You could just sell it, and then they could put another one in.
Yes.
I mean, you really found some wonderful people to support you.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Being a West Sider, we don't have that many businesses that have been here for over 60 years. And one of the few businesses that remains is Kirkmere Cleaners, right next door to a brand new business, Common Goods. And Patsy has been the owner for over 30 years. The business started in '16. He's my dry cleaner. And tell me about when you and Debbie really bought this way back when.
When we first came over, Dr. Dutko was just moving out from next door. He moved up the street. There was a Sammy Quick Stop where Pizza Joe's is now.
Did you already know the dry cleaning business?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And why did you choose to buy this one?
I had worked for someone else in Newcastle for 16 years, and I decided it was time
to go on
my own. And somebody told me about this being for sale, and
the
things
rest
just
is
happened.
history.
Yeah.
And you probably learn a lot about people through the dry cleaning business, huh?
Well.
What are some of the good things you've learned through people's, dirty laundry? Let's say.
Just like you deal with people, I deal with people. And that's the part of my job now that I really enjoy. And I like to talk. I like to talk, and I like to talk to people who have different things to tell me.
Yeah.
You know.
And you do. He knows a lot. I'll tell you. I love Patsy and Kirkmere Cleaners right here in my neighborhood, Youngstown, West Side.
Glad to be.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.